Failing to overcome the Ukrainian resistance, the Russian forces have been carrying out terrorist attacks against civilians in Ukraine, launching airstrikes on residential areas and social facilities. These are crimes against humanity. Head of the Chernihiv Regional Military Administration Vitaly Chaus wrote on Telegram, Ukrinform reports. The Russian troops are using powerful, indiscriminate weapons against Chernihiv unmanned Fab 500 bombs, he wrote. According to him, such weapons are intended for destruction of military and industrial facilities and fortifications, whereas in Chernihiv these bombs are dropped on residential areas. Three such undetonated bombs were found today at the crash site of a Russian Su-34 fighter bomber, which had been shot down near Chernihiv by air defense fighters this morning, Chaus added. As reported, on February 24th, Russian President Vladimir Putin declared war on Ukraine and launched a large-scale invasion. Russian troops have been shelling and destroying key infrastructure. Missiles hit residential buildings. Martial law was imposed in Ukraine and general mobilization was announced. Ukraine officially filed a lawsuit against the Russian Federation with the International Court of Justice in The Hague. In the Russian-occupied Crimean cities of Armyansk, Krasnoprokopsk, and Jankoy, hospitals are overfilled with wounded Russian soldiers, according to the President's representative office in the Autonomous Republic of Crimea. In each above-mentioned city, there are about 1,500 wounded. These hospitals accept only the military. Civilians are forced to turn to either private clinics or go to Simferopol. The Center for Counteracting Disinformation wrote on Telegram. As Ukrinform reported, the enemy began to actively recruit men in Crimea for the war against Ukraine as part of various units of the Russian army. Earlier, it was reported that Russia had blocked the exit from the territory of temporarily occupied Crimea and imposed restrictions on entry. U.S. President Joe Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky held another phone conversation regarding the support for Ukraine in the conditions of the Russian invasion. President Zelensky wrote this on Twitter, according to Ukrinform. As part of the constant dialogue, I had another conversation with U.S. President Joe Biden. The agenda included the issues of security, financial support for Ukraine, and the continuation of sanctions against Russia, he wrote. As Ukrinform reported, overnight into March 4th, U.S. President Joe Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in a phone call discussed the situation related to the shelling and seizure of this Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The Russian Defense Ministry gave the order to bury killed Russian soldiers in mass graves, and if this is not possible, dispose their dead bodies. The Operational Command North wrote this on Facebook, referring to an official Russian Defense Ministry's document that was intercepted by the Ukrainian military. That's everything you need to know about the attitude of the enemy to their soldiers, whereas Ukrainian fallen soldiers are being seen off as heroes and their memory is being honored, the Operational Command North wrote. The document for official use only requires from March 1st, 2022 to withdraw identity documents from the personnel of the Russian army fighting in Ukraine, to take urgent measures on taking the bodies of the dead Russian soldiers out of Ukraine at night, organizing burial in mass graves, and disposing the dead bodies of their soldiers. The Russian Aerospace Forces had a horrible day on March 5th, most certainly. In around 26 hours, 10 Russian Aerospace Forces fighter planes and helicopters were shot down over Ukraine, according to different reports. The Russian Air Force has yet to launch large-scale operations in Ukraine, despite the fact that the invasion has been underway for more than a week. The lack of activity in the first few days could be attributed to a variety of circumstances, but the ongoing absence of large aviation operations, as well as Ukraine's repeated shutdowns of Russian aircraft, raise serious capabilities concerns. Russian aerospace forces lost 1 Su-25 fighter, 2 Su-34 tactical bombers, 2 Su-25 attack aircraft, 2 Mi-25 Army 35, and 2 Mi-8 helicopters, and 1 Orlington small UAV on March 5th, according to Ukrainian media. The news that the Russian ace pilot flying the Su-34 bomber was shot down is undoubtedly the most dramatic. The referenced No-24 Su-34 bomber was shot down near the eastern Ukrainian city of Inovaka, according to the Kyiv Independent, and the pilot was seized by the Ukrainian army. He also took part in combat actions in Syria, according to photos that emerged on social media. Unlike Ukraine's previous propaganda, many of the reports about a Russian military plane being shot down this time are accompanied by relevant videos or photos, such as the process video of the downing of the Su-22M and Mi-24, as well as photos of Su-34, Su-25, Orlington, Mi-24, and other military aircraft wreckage, etc., ensuring a much higher level of credibility. Of course, the data published on social media isn't always correct. However, it's likely that it's the result of merging the Ukrainian armies results across a few days. But in any case, the likelihood that Russian aerospace forces incurred heavy casualties in Ukraine is accurate.